So we're going to play a game of Where in the World is Bixente Lizerazu? He was a left back, now he's on a different tack. The question I put to you is where in the world is Lizerazu? He was a left back, now he's on a different tack. The question I put to you is where in the world is Lizerazu?
Who in the world?
I think you know him, don't you? Bixente Lizerazu. He was the French left back in the World Cup when they won.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's a good start. The fact that you don't know who he is. So this quiz, I got the title from another podcast, actually, that I thought it would be good to plug because there's a couple of people who I think listen who would enjoy this podcast. It's called Advanced Analytics.
Are you listening, Boss's mum?
Don't listen, my mum. Actually, she might like it. There's a couple of Kiwi comedians who talk about basketball, and I really enjoy it. I think it's a great podcast.
Advanced Analytics.
Oh, yeah. So
yeah.
I would give it a go if I were you. So this game... I'll read the blurb that I've written.
You've written a blurb.
I've even written a blurb. I write these as if I'm going to post them on Fun Trivia, and then I never do. Many sports people have a tough decision as to what to do at the end of their careers. Some go into punditry, some become coaches and managers, and some choose a third path. Here are some of them.
Ooh, this is good.
So, yes, this is a game of what did they do after they finished.
Yeah.
So, question 1 is about your friend, your best friend, Bixente Lizerazu, who you know everything about, so you're definitely going to get this right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make the font bigger because my glasses aren't good enough.
You went to the wrong optician.
I need more glasses. Somebody give me more glasses.
A couple of jam jars taped together.
Question 1. What did French World Cup, European Championships and Champions League winning left-back Bixente Lizerazu decide would be a good idea when he finished playing football? Is it A, becoming a Brazilian jiu-jitsu professor? Is it B, becoming a funambulist, aka tightrope walker? Or is it C, becoming a whalier, which is another name for working in SeaWorld? You know, like training killer whales.
Oh, yeah.
Which one of those do you think he did?
Not somebody who shouts a lot.
So just do it, but whalia. Do you think you'd be good at that? Do you remember Bixente Lizerazu?
I'm not sure if I do.
So I played a lot of Pro Evo, and he was by far the best left back on Pro Evo, which is why I know him.
Did they have his name?
Obviously not. They had no names at the time. He was something like Libadoodoo or something like that. They were great, the old Pro Evo names, weren't they?
Yeah.
Because you knew who they were supposed to be, but they were always completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like Backham. And Shearer was spelled Shirare. Shirari.
You know,
so good.
That Egyptian striker.
Yeah. So good. I love Pro Evo.
So, French left back, my first thought would have been Baker.
Well, I think that's what most French players do after they finish playing.
Or maybe that's just a given, that they're all bakers already.
Yeah, well, they're all part-time bakers.
Yeah, or part-time football players.
Yes, that's right. Full-time bakers, part-time. So, he's got his stripy jumper. He's got his beret. He's got his onions and his garlic.
Where's he going?
But where's he going? Which one of these things is he going to do? Do you think he would bicycle across a tightrope?
Jiu-jitsu professor as opposed to, like, master
So, a professor is another name for a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Fancy.
Yeah.
So you can give yourself a profession, or you can earn a professorship.
Yes, it's not a technical professorship, I suppose. Although, what makes a professor? Just somebody who's good at something, right? It's not it's not a qualification, is it? A professor.
It's like a professional qualification.
You haven't got one.
You can pay for it, can't you?
Can you? To become a professor or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Probably.
I don't know either. Because we had professors at university, right?
Yeah.
But they haven't done a qualification to become a professor. They're just doctors usually, aren't they? They've done a doctorate, a PhD, but you don't do another one to like a professorship.
I think you can become a professor without doing a PhD.
Yes, I think so too.
So
this is the same, I guess.
Jiu-jitsu, tightrope, or
whale training, killer whale training.
Killer whale training.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think it'll be killer whale training.
No?
It's got a bad rep.
In the, like, here, in
Yeah.
England and America. But the French are a bit different, aren't they?
I can't see them whaling, though.
No?
No.
Well, whaling is a different thing. That's what the Japanese do, isn't it? That's definitely bad. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to say tightrope walker. It seems very French.
Yeah? You think he became a funambulist?
Yeah, it's a fun name as well.
It is a good name, isn't it?
I funamble.
Yeah, me too, but I don't tell people about it. Do it late at night. And you're wrong.
No.
He became a Brazilian jiu-jitsu professor.
Of course he did.
And do you know, he won the European Blue Belt Championships only 1.5 years after starting the sport. I guess...
But then I guess all
would
blue belts,
to be a blue belt, wouldn't you? Like, I read originally he won the European Championships after 1.5 years, and I was like, what? But then, yeah, if you're graded by how long you've been doing it, then you will have done it after 1.5 years, won't you?
Which is essentially what the grading is.
Yes, exactly. But he did also come third in the purple belt, which is later on, apparently. I don't know what grade purple is. I don't know how high it is. But he became a black belt in 2016. So good for him. I think it's apparently it's a real discipline, jiu-jitsu, and he said he'd like to bring it back to football, but he doesn't know how. He doesn't want players to do it because they'd be doing it on the pitch. But he said maybe managers could do it. Strange.
To their players.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like Alex Ferguson. Question 2. What did another Frenchman, Mathieu Flamini, decide would be a good way to use his millions of pounds once he retired? Is it A, building a line dancing school for children? Is it B, trying to create an acid which can solve global warming? Or is it C, excavating his hometown in search of a Bible-era relic? It's rumoured to be buried there.
I think somewhere in the back of my mind, I know this.
Oh.
I have a feeling that he was very much into climate change. Well, not into it.
He loves it.
Into it.
Loves climate change.
Well, some people
looking into an acid to make it worse.
So that would lead me down that path.
The global warming solver.
I don't think he was into his line. Well, no, he might have been into his line dancing.
You don't
Who knows?
Know. He was defensive lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do those.
Why line dancing for children? Why not like a football academy?
Everyone does football academy. He wouldn't have got on this quiz if he'd made a football academy, would he?
True.
So,
and that's what he wanted.
And that was
ultimately.
what he was trying to do. Do something a bit different. Line dancing, yeah, good.
That'll get me loads of pub quizzes.
It would. Good. It
would. Digging up his hometown.
Yeah. In search of a Bible-era relic.
I reckon his hometown's very nice, so you wouldn't want to.
It is in France.
Yeah.
So probably not.
Rural France, probably. So I'm going to go B.
You think B? And you're right. He is possibly going to become multi-billionaire because the thing that he's created, which is called levulinic acid, is apparently a petroleum substitute. Can be used in cars, can be used in like oil plants, what are they called? Power plants. Can use it everywhere. Everywhere that you use like oil and petrol, you can use this instead of it. And he is working on and apparently is coming very close to finding a sort of, what's the word?
Productionized solution.
Yeah, like nice for the environment. What's the word for that? Sustainable. A sustainable way of creating levulinic acid. So
how exciting.
Good on him. I think that's quite a good thing to use your millions for, your ill-gotten gains from playing English football. Question 3. Carlos Roa, the Argentinian goalkeeper that broke English hearts in 1998. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Awful, wasn't it? That penalty shootout. And David Batty. Oh, it's just hard to watch. Carlos Roa stopped playing football a year after.
Really?
He was to come back, but explained that he had refused to discuss a contract in 1999. For what reason? Is it A, he was scared of Y2K? Is it B, both 19 and 99 are unlucky numbers in Argentina? Or is it C, he had been warned by a soothsayer earlier that year that he would be betrayed by one close to him? much like Jesus?
And he thought himself as Jesus.
Possibly. Apparently he's a bit of a nutter, Carlos Roa.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Any one of these.
Any one of these would make him a nutter.
Now, if 19 and 99 were unlucky in Argentina, then they wouldn't have had a team. Potentially.
They wouldn't have had a team? What do you mean?
All. Like, nobody would have played in 1999.
That's true. But he just didn't want to discuss a contract, apparently.
Right.
It wasn't that he wasn't going to play that year. He just didn't
want to discuss.
Didn't want to discuss.
So he wanted to play.
Didn't want to sign a contract in that year because it would have been bad luck.
Okay, so he played under no contract.
The rationale. Yeah, played and didn't get paid for it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really unlucky. I didn't get paid.
Oh no, stupid 99.
First on, scared of Y2K.
Yep,
can see that.
It was big, wasn't it?
Playing football, plane falls on your head.
Oh, plane falls on your head. I thought you said playing fools on your head. I was like, I don't know what that means. Playing fools on my head. I see what you mean.
You're more likely to get hit by a plane playing football than you are
on the pitch
if you're just in your house.
Especially nowadays with like VAR and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's technology all over the place. Like the referee's watch could explode.
Yep.
Or turn him into Terminator. You don't know.
What was the final one?
The last one was he was warned by a soothsayer that he would be betrayed by one close to him, much like Jesus. I added the much like Jesus bit. That was something I thought was funny.
He had somebody close to him who was much like Jesus.
Oh, and he misunderstood. Jesus always backstabbing people.
They're all crazy. I'm going to say Y2K.
You reckon he was scared of Y2K?
Yeah.
And you are right.
Awesome.
He was terrified of Y2K. He thought that Armageddon was coming in the year 2000. He left football for a year in 1999 to join the Seventh-day Adventists.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which are, I don't know that much about, but apparently are a bit culty.
Yeah.
He left and literally went off the grid. Like he didn't tell his club he was going, just went back to Argentina, went completely off the grid, didn't have a phone with him or anything. Didn't want the technology near him, did he?
Of course.
Apparently he was trying to get closer to the God that he thought was coming to get him.
Sure, you want to go away from him?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But thereafter, because he became a Seventh-day Adventist, he refused to play on Saturdays because Saturday is the Sabbath. And a lot of games are on Saturdays, aren't they?
Yeah.
Less so in Spain, but apparently because he was playing for Mallorca and they got into the Champions League, a lot of their games had to be rescheduled because they normally play on Friday nights to Saturday, so he couldn't play. And therefore lost his place and played in the lower leagues a lot after that. A couple of interesting facts about him. He was also known as Lechuga, which means lettuce, because he was a vegetarian. Very inventive nicknames in Spain, aren't they?
Yeah, you lettuce.
You bloody lettuce, man. 19 and 99 are not unlucky numbers. But if they were, Argentines would touch their left breast or left testicle to ward off the bad luck.
Not touch their left testicle to their left breast, though.
Well, you've got really low hangers. It's like swing it up. Question 4. Ken Munko. I don't know how to say his name. Ken Munkau? Probably don't remember him.
Old Ken.
Yeah, Big Ken. Of my squad card collection fame, I had a lot of squad cards of Ken Munkau. He was constantly coming up as doubler. I had about 7 of him. As well as playing for Chelsea and Southampton for 10 years in the Premier League. Did what sweet thing after finishing football? Is it A, strawberry farming? Is it B, caring for retired racehorses? Or C, owning a pancake restaurant?
Where does he live?
Well, he lived in Southampton, but he was from Holland originally.
Lots of space in Holland.
Yes.
For looking after horses.
Yeah, or for strawberry farming.
Love their pancakes.
They do.
Love a smoking a
pancake.
Love a smoking a pancake. Oh, could be any one of them. I like those strawberry places where you can go pick your own strawberries.
Yeah, me too.
They really should have weighed you before you went in.
Yeah.
And on your way out.
How many have you eaten?
None.
Yeah, I do like the pick your own strawberry places. They're a bit of fun, aren't they, when you're a kid?
Yeah.
Like they're a bit of extra fun to like. educational as well. See where the strawberry is grown. See all the bugs that are on it.
A friend and I cycled into the countryside once and snuck into in the back way into one of those fields.
No.
Just ate
Scrumping,
and then went out the back and we rode away.
Yeah, if they're there, what are you supposed to do?
I think you meant to pay.
Nope. I'm a kid, I got no money.
I had no money.
No. And why would they put strawberries out? They're so tempting to little kids. Their own fault, really, isn't it?
When you say put them out, grow them.
Yeah. Could have put like a barbed wire fence up or something. That'll stop you getting in, wouldn't
it? What do I think? I'm going to say looked after retired horses.
You think you cared for retired racehorses?
Yeah.
And you are wrong. He owned a pancake restaurant. You should have gone with your Dutch instincts.
Should have.
Yeah, he owned a restaurant in Delft, Netherlands, his hometown. Apparently, so his parents owned a big restaurant. After football, he went back and was like, "Oh, they don't really need me around here, but I want to get into the trade." Went to a pancake restaurant they used to go to as a kid and said, "Oh, can I just help out?" And the owner said, "Well, yeah, of course, anytime, but I am looking to sell the place." And 8 months later, he was the owner. It was called Old Town Pancake House, and unfortunately not open anymore.
No.
Doesn't run it anymore, but did for a while. Question 5. Michael Robinson, an Irish striker from before both of our times, so this is a good question, isn't it? Finished his relatively successful career playing for Osasuna in Spain. But what unusual Spanish thing did he go on to do? Is it A, running bullfights? Is it B, Spanish language voiceover work? Or is it C, creating a range of paella brands similar to Uncle Ben's? I said paella, I meant paella. That's how you say it.
Paella.
Paella.
Now these sound like very normal Spanish things.
They are. They're all very Spanish things, aren't they? Well, I guess. Yeah, I said unusual in the questions, didn't I? But
yeah,
I was wrong. They're not unusual. This is what all Spanish people do.
Yep. You probably did all three.
Yeah.
In a day. Bullfighting, very controversial.
Yeah.
Now.
Here, again. In Spain, not controversial at all.
Well, it is now.
Well, sort of. It's traditional, though, isn't it? It's like fox hunting here. It's traditional. No one complains about fox hunting, do they? Yeah, it is getting more controversial, for sure.
So, but feasible in his day, before our time.
That's right. He played in about 82, 83, apparently. Played for Liverpool and won the European Cup with Liverpool.
I could see somebody doing that.
Mm-hmm. There was bullfights when I was in Spain.
Yeah, they still do them.
Yeah.
Paella, similar to Uncle Ben's.
Yep.
Did they have microwaves back then?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Cook things on open fires, probably.
Yeah, they just chucked it outside and waited till it heated up in the baking sun.
So I'm going to rule that one out.
Okay.
Ruled that one out. So, between bullfights and
Spanish language voiceover work.
That would be odd.
Yeah.
That would be unusual.
Ooh.
For an Irish person to do that.
It would, wouldn't it? So
I'm going to say bullfighting.
You're going to go A, bullfighting?
Yeah.
And you're wrong. You should have gone with your instincts. It was the one unusual thing. Yes, he did Spanish language voiceover work. I can't understand why. Apparently, I guess he could speak Spanish to a good level, but he was definitely Irish.
Maybe they like that his accent was different.
Possibly. And apparently he had parts in the Spanish dubs of Shrek 2 and 3.
Really?
Yeah, like big
That's
parts.
Cool.
So maybe it was like an Irish part and they wanted somebody to do Spanish in an Irish accent to try and bring across the gravity of the part. Apparently he's very famous in Spain.
Really?
For some reason. No one
Very
knows why.
cool.
Question 6. Thomas Gravison. You remember him, don't
Yeah.
you? He was a well-known nutter. But what does he use that nutcase energy on now that he's done beating up people on a football pitch? Is it A, he's a Vegas stuntman? Is it B, he does desert car racing? Or is it C, he's a high-stakes gambler?
Ooh. I could see a footballer going into gambling. Lots of footballers have gambling problems.
That is true, because they don't have much to do outside of, like, they train for a couple of hours a day, don't they?
Yeah.
And that's it. A lot of time to sit around and bet on the GGs and themselves if you're naughty.
I had an inkling when you said stuntman, maybe stuntman, but he must be getting on a bit.
Yeah, when was he? He was early 2000s, I think. He was at
Yeah.
Everton, and then signed for Real Madrid, didn't he, for a season?
Yeah.
I watched a video of him at Real Madrid. It's so funny. He absolutely clatters someone, and like everyone, all the Madrid players come up to him and like telling him off, and he's just like staring them down and saying, "Oh no, he elbowed me first."
Yeah.
No, he didn't, Thomas. It's very funny, but he apparently had quite a big following in Madrid.
Yeah.
Because he was such a nutter.
Nice.
Same as at Everton. We loved him at Everton.
So I could see him doing that, but yeah, getting on a bit. Desert car racing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like banger racing or something like
Yeah.
that. I'm not sure entirely what it is, but driving in desert in it. So
I'm going to go with stuntman.
you think he was a Vegas stuntman?
Yeah.
And you're wrong. He is a high stakes gambler.
Oh.
Apparently, he amassed $100 million fortune after doing a lot of smart investments with all his football money that he earned.
Yeah.
Which I guess like now doesn't seem like that much, but at the time he was never on huge wages. Like he played for Everton and one season for Madrid. So, but he made a lot of smart investments and now lives in Vegas, fleecing rich people and presumably taking on Joe Pesci style collection work on the side. I guess you would, wouldn't you, if you were Thomas Gravison? Massive. Question 7. Another French World Cup winner to appear on the list, Frank Leboeuf.
Oh yeah.
Is now doing what? Is it A, owning a stable of truffle pigs? Is it B, he's a professional actor? Or is it C, he runs a bowling alley?
Truffles sounds very French.
It is very French, isn't it?
Le truffles.
Le truffle. And they have pigs, and they like sniff them out, don't they?
Yeah.
They take them out into the woods, which is always very weird to me. That's the only way they can find truffles. They've never found a better way.
Well, actually, I was listening to something on the radio, and pigs aren't very good for it at all.
Oh, but that's what it
They
says.
use dogs.
Oh, that's boring.
So I'm going to rule that one out now, actually.
Frank!
I'm going to rule that one out.
Maybe it's dogs. Maybe I misread.
Thank you, BBC Radio 4.
Learned something.
Well,
You've forgotten until I mentioned the pigs again, didn't it?
So, bowling alley or actor?
He's either a professional actor or running a bowling alley, if you're ruling out A.
Yeah. Let's go bowling alley.
You think he runs a bowling alley?
Frank Le Bowl.
It's very good, and I'm going to send him that, but it's not right.
Oh.
He is a professional actor. He apparently was in Theory of Everything. Do you see
Really?
that film?
I haven't seen it.
I didn't see it either. It's Stephen Hawking's film.
Yeah.
And apparently he is the doctor who gives Hawking the bad news. And he's also been in a load of like indie French nonsense. But that was his big break. And you're right. He did not do truffle pigs. I didn't even.
Nobody does truffle
think
pigs.
to look into it. But I thought bowling alley. I thought you might go for it because his head looked a bit like a bowling ball, didn't it? Nice and shiny. Question 8. You're not doing particularly well so far. Well, you're 2 from 7.
That's not very
It's
well.
not particularly good. It's just below average. So not too bad. So if you get these last 2 right, you can be respectable. I've only got 9 questions, by the way. Question 8. All Black legend Richie McCaw now gets his thrills in what way? Is it A, he's a skydiving instructor? Is it B, he is a roller coaster tester? Or is it C, he's a helicopter pilot?
Ooh, that sounds familiar.
Ooh.
But it also sounds too boring compared to the other answers.
Yeah.
Helicopters are dangerous.
Yeah. It is quite dangerous flying a helicopter, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of people die.
Yeah.
I
I quite often see like on YouTube channels where they like on that How Ridiculous one recently, they went up in a helicopter super high and like were dropping stuff out of the helicopter. And I was like, I wouldn't do that. It's
No.
too scary. Like they go up these big tall towers and I'm like, that's fine, they're stable, but Helicopters, you only like if you're strapped in by a bit of cloth, that could just fall off at any point, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Like he's leaning out the edge, just strapped in by a bit of cloth. I'm not a fan. Don't like it anyway. Move on.
Used to very briefly worked on a helicopter control system, and somebody told me with a helicopter, there's very little you can do in terms of the safety side, other than turning it off and on again when it's in the air.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, so if there's a failure in the engine or something,
yeah,
they just turn it off and on again and hope for the best.
Yep.
Jesus, that is terrifying.
But I've been in one and they are quite fun. So swings and roundabouts.
Yeah. I guess like, it's only like a motorbike. They're just scary like a motorbike, but you're going a lot higher up than on a motorbike. If you wanted to go slow, you can on a motorbike.
Yeah, helmet's not going to help you.
No. Well, I mean, it might, but it's not likely.
Roller coaster tester or
skydiving instructor.
Oh, that sounds like it could be a thing.
I mean, it is a thing, isn't it?
Right,
People are.
Sounds like he could do it.
Yeah.
He's quite a big lad. I don't know if that would affect you.
Yeah,
whether there'd be a parachute big enough for him.
He's like 3 parachutes. That's a good question, actually. Do you think, like, because he's heavier but not got that much more surface area, he would fall faster?
I don't know. Oh, isn't that that's a thing, isn't it? Like they fall at the same rate, like an elephant and a bowling ball.
That's in a vacuum, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because then with air resistance, if you've got like big wings, you can slow yourself down.
Yeah.
And I have, but he obviously hasn't because he's a rugby player. Don't know. Who knows? I'm
going to go helicopter pilot.
Boring. And you're right. It is a helicopter pilot. Apparently he flies for what is effectively their mountain rescue.
Oh, right.
Just like on a volunteer basis, and he hasn't quite got his like full license yet. So I'm not sure entirely how he does it, but apparently that's what he is working towards, his full license to do that, which is good. Question 9. So you are 3 from 8. You're looking a lot better all of a sudden. So if you can get this last one, you're well above average. Question 9. Hall of Fame basketballer Adrian Dantley now does what nice thing? Is it A, running an abandoned pet shelter? Is it B, working as a lollipop man? Or is it C, working as a pro bono financial advisor?
Yeah, bono.
Bono. He's just a pro bono.
Do they have lollipop people in America?
They call them crossing guards.
Boring.
Yeah, what a terrible name. Why would you, like, lollipop man or lollipop woman is such a great name.
Because you hold a lollipop.
Yeah, and it's like that is what the actual name is for it as well. That's the best thing. There's no proper name. It's actually lollipop man. And it's just, like the sign just looks like a lollipop. Why have they not changed it all those years? Yeah. They can't now, can they? Because everyone knows what lollipop man is.
Then what would you put down as your profession?
Exactly.
Sign holder. Then you're one of those.
Then one of those people who like spinning the signs like the Joker in that Joker film.
Oh, this is just the fact it's crossing guard makes me think that it was shown as crossing guard.
Yeah.
And you
could be
anglicised it for me.
But I also knew funambulist, and that was not the right answer. So
very true.
Yeah.
Preempted my asking do they have lollipop people in America?
Do they have
pro bono lawyer? No. Boring.
Not a lawyer. Financial advisor.
Financial advisor.
Yeah, you can't
Even more boring.
You can't be a lawyer. You got to do stuff to do that.
You've got to do stuff to be a financial advisor, don't you?
Not if you're doing it pro bono. Just do it in the back of a van.
Then you can do a lawyer pro bono, then, can't you?
You've got to go to court if you're a lawyer, haven't you? You're a financial advisor. You just sit in a van and tell people what to do.
If you're allowed to defend yourself, surely somebody else can defend you, no problem.
That's a good question, isn't it? Actually,
they don't necessarily have to be a lawyer.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah,
because I'm not a lawyer.
But yeah, you can defend yourself. But could you defend someone else? I'm not sure you can.
We'll see.
Yeah, let's go commit a crime. Find out.
One of us commit a crime.
Only one of us, and then the other one try and defend them.
Oh, turns out I can't. Good luck.
Bye. You leave the smouldering wreckage.
Should have just looked it up.
It's not our way.
Or opening
An abandoned pet shelter.
That's what we all want to do. I'd do it.
Yeah, me.
If I had the money.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one. I'm
You
gonna go
reckon
with that
he
one.
did a pet shelter, and you're wrong. It's a crossing guard. How would I know that? I talked you around it. Yeah, he is a lollipop man, and he says he does it just because he likes to help people.
Nice.
How nice is that? Apparently, it pays $14,000 a year, which is a pittance, isn't it? He doesn't need the money; just does it because he likes helping little kids across the road, which I think is very nice and a nice way to end the quiz. So you got 3 out of 9, which is slap bang average because they were all three questions, and that's what I think of you. He was a left back, now he's on a different tack. The question I put to you is, where in the world is Lizerazu?